What's up, folks? How's it going? I hope you guys are watching videos one after another along the playlist, like you're starting from one and then you're following one, two, three, four, like that, so that you'll be able to understand it better. But if you have already have the concept, definitely you can watch a particular video which you are interested in. Okay, so let's start with today's interview question. Today's interview question is how and why do you replicate SC objects across the region? So, how do you replicate? Right? And why do you need that? Why do you do replication? So let's understand the concept of replication. Why do you need replication? What does it mean? Replication means like you have created a bucket maybe in US East 1, and you may want to have a backup for some reason, maybe for disaster recovery, or maybe for because of some compliance, maybe in the same region or in the different region. Maybe like you want to have a backup in Mumbai, or Mumbai you have created a bucket, you want to have a backup in US East 1. So you have a source bucket, you have a destination bucket. And so that is the objective of the replication. So let's start with this replication. You have on the Amazon, you have some documentation replica of this within across replicating objects within and across regions. So it can be cross-region replication, it can be same-region replication. So let's start with the replication. So I'm on the Amazon AWS dashboard, and here I have two buckets. On one bucket, versioning is not enabled. Second bucket, versioning is enabled. Here, versioning is not enabled. And if I go to management and try to create replication rule, so it says replication requires versioning to be enabled for the source bucket. Enable object versioning on this bucket to continue creating the replication rule. So I have already enabled the versioning in DevOps Challenge 13 May. So I will go there and go to management and replication rule, create replication rule. And let's see what do we have here. Replication name, status enabled or disabled. Disabled means you are creating this rule, but you are not enabling it. Maybe later you will enable. And enable means you creating the rule, as soon as you save it, it will be enabled. If someone uploads some file on the bucket, it will be replicated to the another bucket. Then source bucket name, this is a source bucket, source region, this is US ES2. Then choose a rule scope, limit the scope of this rule using one or more filters. So you can add filters. Like for example, you want to copy only JPEG files uploaded, only MP4 files uploaded, or if the file name starts with ABCD underscore, file name starts with log underscore. So it's not that you have to replicate everything, right? And then you can apply tags. You can say that if this tag is applied, only tag is maybe customer uploaded, then only you have to replicate. Tester, if has uploaded, it should not be replicated. Something like that. I'm giving example. So you can apply tag also. Destination, you can choose a destination where you want to copy. So here is one you have. I can have it in the same region, or I can have a different region, maybe uh, Europe, right? US I have this bucket, and Europe I can have a backup. I choose a bucket in this account. Like there are so many regions here, right? Here if you click on this, yeah, so many regions are there. Tokyo, Seoul, Mumbai, right? Canada, anywhere I can create a replication. So there is a destination bucket. You need to have some IAM role because you need the permission to copy. You can choose some existing role, choose some existing IAM roles. Encryption, if you want to have default encryption, like some default key, using default key, they will be doing it, Amazon. But if you want to have your own key, then that also can do. You can have your key in the AWS key management service. This key related things we already discussed in earlier interview question. And so you can look at that, what is encryption and all the key AWS schemas, etc. Storage class also we have discussed. There are different storage class like standard storage, infrequent access, frequent access like standard storage, and then you have archival, glacier, etc. So you can here whatever bucket I've created, this is like a standard storage, frequent access. Then I can replicate in uh, infrequent access. Like. So that also I can select that storage will be infrequent access. Then some additional replication options like replication time control. Within 50 minutes you want to copy, so you can say that time control replicates within 50 minutes. some replication metrics. With replication metrics, you can monitor total number and size of objects that are pending replication. Delete marker replication. If you want to like copy the delete marker, you copy it in one bucket, like you deleted file one bucket, immediately it won't like this won't get deleted in the other bucket by default. So you can turn it on and replica modification sync. Replica mirror the changes made to the replicas from the destination bucket to the source bucket. So those things also like source bucket to a destination bucket, those things like metadata will be, and then you click on save and create a replica. So that's it. This is how you create, and let's go through this doc. So setups cross-region replication. We discussed that partitioning should be enabled. IAM rules should be there. Replication configuration, management, replication, add rules. You have to choose the destination bucket, SSC, KMS permission, key related stuff. Okay, let's discuss about the use cases. Why do you need this application? So one is a disaster recovery. Let's say you have very important documentation, you have very important data like financial data, and you are keeping in one particular region, and something happens, maybe earthquake or maybe some fire catches the data center, right? So you want to have a replication somewhere else. You don't want to keep in the same region. You want to keep it in totally different region, right? So that could be one thing, a business continuity. Second thing is low latency across global application. Maybe your users are there in US, like California side, and you have yeah, users from India side. So we will have SD bucket in Mumbai and US California side. You will create a bucket, right? You need to create two buckets so that they can get the file downloaded from the nearest location. Then low latency access, that will be low latency access. Serve users in different geographical locations with faster access to data by storing it closer to them. Then compliance and regulatory requirement is there. It can be GDPR, financial regulation, government regulation that you have to keep a copy in specific region, specific country. Then it can be for testing and analytics purpose, right? Maybe my customer is in there in US region, and I don't want to goof up my. I'm doing some testing on production. Don't want to goof up it in maybe US region statistics. I will keep a bucket in India region, and we'll do some testing, analytics, etc. Right? So that data is separated, test data and all. Backup and archival you can keep for backup purposes. So these are the reason you want to go for replication. And a key points to note: replication is not retroactive. Means only new objects added to the added after the rule is created or replicated. Suppose you already have 100 objects and you created a replication rule. It's not that all these 100 objects will be replicated. After you applied replication rule, you added some 10 new objects. Those will be replicated. So it's not retroactive. If you want to replicate, you have to do it manually. The first 100 objects, etc. Latency replication happens asynchronously and can take minutes. So when you upload a file to S3 bucket, it's not copied immediately. It's AWS schedule it. So it may take some time. It will happen in the background. It may take 10 minutes. It may take 15 minutes. It may take half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, right? So it's asynchronous. There will be some latency. There is a cost involved. If you are copying it, obviously there will be cost involved. If you are copying a creating a bucket doing replication, there is a cost involved. We have to pay storage for both the regions. Delete option, by default, delete actions are not replicated unless explicitly configured. So if you do delete in one bucket, it won't be replicated. So these are the important points. And so some of the general benefits of S3 application: retain metadata. It can retain metadata, replicate to different storage class. That is another advantage. Change object ownership. If you can change the object ownership, you can override. Distribute data across multiple AWS regions for compliance and redundancy. Sync buckets for using batch replication. Two-way replication, bucket A to bucket B, bucket B to bucket A. Both way replication is possible. And when do you use cross replication? Cross region replication, like two different regions, Mumbai and USA, right? Like when do you do that? Meet compliance requirement, needing data in distant regions. Minimize latency because your users are having in two different regions. Increase efficiency for compute clusters across regions. And when to use same region replication, you want to aggregate logs into one bucket for easier processing. You have a lot of logs, server logs generated. All these logs you want to put it into same bucket. So it will be doing same region replication, etc. Then sync between production and test accounts. comply with data sovereignty law by replicating in the country only. There may be a rule that whatever data you are doing, you have to keep it in the same in the country itself. You cannot keep it outside. Right? So in that case, if the rule says that, you have to keep it in the within that country, different region, but within the country. And when to use two-way replication, building shared data sets. We want to have shared data sets, sync data across regions for failover. We want to maintain high availability, active bucket replication, highly available. Okay. And batch replication, replicate existing objects. You want to do batch replication. Existing objects, 100 objects, in a batch you will be replicated. Replicate already replicated objects. They are the batch replications. So let's go to today's quiz section. What is the AWS feature used to replicate objects across regions in S3? What feature? Feature is S3 cross-region replication or same-region replication. Which of the following must be enabled on both source and destination bucket to use CRR? It is versioning. Versioning has to be enabled. But I think versioning may not be, we don't need to enable a destination. It has to be only in source. But yeah, you guys can check and comment in the down below. Please check and let me know whether it has to be enabled in both or only on source. What I remember saying that it was only on source, but just check this out and comment in the comment down below. Then what does it mean when S3 replication is asynchronous? S3 replication asynchronous means it doesn't happen immediately. Files are copied in the background and may take few minutes to appear. So option is D. Which of the following is not a valid use case for S3 cross-region replication? Which is not a valid use case? Disaster recovery is a valid use case. Faster data access for global users, valid use case. Reducing storage cost, not a valid use case. So replication is not for storage, reducing storage cost. Meeting compliance requirement, data access for global users, disaster recovery, these are all valid use case. Reducing it will increase the storage cost. It's actually opposite, right? Replication will increase the storage cost. What happens to existing object when you enable cross-region replication? What happens to existing object? Are they copied? No, they are not copied. They remain in the source only unless manually copied. So if you for existing thing, it will remain in the source only unless manually copied. Only you apply the replication rule. After that, you add new files, it will be replicated. Not before that. But manually you can copy. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow DevOps Challenge Hub on LinkedIn, and please participate in the quiz and participate in the contest, etc. And also follow my WhatsApp channel, DevOps Challenge Hub. Thank you for watching this video, and see you again in the next video. And please let me know in the comments below how you are finding these videos. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.